Dr. Awesome here with a long overdue book report. Yeah, I actually read a Warhammer book. I finished it a few months ago, but started a new job at about the same time I finished it. Actually finished it, the first weekend after starting my new job. I was going to do a, proper book review. Then things got busy. I changed departments at my company, moved up half a step, so that was cool, except for it being so busy. And then I moved companies and then moved up half a step again. So again, that was good, but made me really, really busy. But in the end, I'm very happy because two little steps up is pretty nice. And actually, I'm working really, really close to home now. So with the gas prices being what they are, hey, I can't complain, except for the busy part. But everything's cool. And you may ask, why did I read a Warhammer book? Well, I was looking for something to read at the time, and in the past I'd read some Star Wars books, dozen, 20 books. And I was going to read another one, shopping around for one online, and I'm like, you know what? I just got Star Wars fatigue. I got to try something different. So Warhammer's kind of been back in the back of my mind for a while. It's something I not really into myself, but I have friends who are into it. I understand why people are into it. I've watched a bunch of the lore videos on 40k, and it seems pretty cool. Yeah, I did play some tabletop war games. Did do Warhammer Fantasy way, way back, just a couple times. Just not interested in it as enough, to make the investment, time and money to start playing. But maybe that'll change in the future, or maybe not. We'll see. So anyhow, I did some shopping around for Warhammer books. Yeah, I hate reading a lot of reviews because sometimes it just ruins the book for you. So you just skim them, get an overall impression. So, based on just that, good reviews, I got Gunheads. This was written by Steve Parker. It's 414 pages long. Not a short book by any stretch of the imagination. And what worried me at first, that seems to be number 12 in a series of books. So I was wondering, can I read this without reading any of the other books first? Good news is that yes, I could. It's self-contained. About 80-90% of what you need to know is in here. I think there's some things that were not explained quite well enough that were probably covered in earlier books. And I'll get to that in a minute. The short summary, at least the beginning of the book, minor spoilers here, is that there's a military mission. There's 4 divisions are sent down to the planet Golgotha to retrieve the battle tank of the legendary Commissar Yarrick. Probably featured in earlier books, the big thing in Warhammer, but I don't really need to know that. All I need to know is that that's what they're doing. And this world is orc occupied. Doesn't seem like the mission be too difficult. The group is heading down to a desert region in the equatorial region of the planet, so they can just scoop up the tank and zip on out. But it doesn't go quite according to plan. Deployment to the planet's surface, a couple units are lost. Lost as in killed, wiped out. Some are lost. And this really helps for the story because we get to know some of the main characters of the book while things are being reorganized. And the story focuses on the tank commander Wolf and his tank crew. And it does cover some characters up the chain of command, at the regiment and division levels, and even the Army Group Commander. But it does focus, action on the ground in tanks. So if you like page-turning military-type combat action, which I do, this is this really surprised me how good it was and how good the characters were. One of the coolest things that surprised me and how good it was the realistic portrayal of orcs. Because they're big, scary monsters with goofy technology. And from the point of view of the guardsmen, they really were portrayed as being, big, scary monsters. Even when they strapped their Wile E. Coyote type rockets on their backs and flew around, which, I've seen the miniatures. They look goofy, but, they're scary when they're coming at you. Another thing, early in the book, they had what I thought was a quite effective scene of humans in orc captivity. So that came across as being really, really scary, being a human captured by orcs. Yeah, so as goofy brutes as they seem to be, orcs are scary. And I'd say this is, just good action through and through, good characters. One minor thing bothered me in the action. There was a last minute rescue type event, and it didn't really seem Warhammery enough. What I expect in the Warhammer world is, that dude's pretty cool. Looks like he's going to make it out alive. Up, and now he's on fire or being eaten or something. Last minute rescue. That's that's my one minor nitpick in the whole book. And let me get back to what was not included in this book that probably happened in earlier books. It seems that there was a group of mechanics that came along to help with the mission, but they had a mission of their own to recover something else, which was higher priority to them than the recovery of the tank that the army group was going for. And it's like, why was this so important? And what was it exactly? If I read some of the earlier books, I probably know, but it wasn't necessary to know that. 89, as I said, 80-90% self-contained. And this is good enough that, I am going to read at least one other Warhammer book in the future, probably more. I'll give the series a try. I don't know where to begin. There's lots and lots of Warhammer books out there, but I do recommend it if you want to begin reading Warhammer. You could begin with this book. You don't have to begin with the beginning. And I'm going to jump in, do some more, probably later this year, I would think. And that's it for today.